Hi, Becca C. Smith here, and today I am awaiting Staples to text me that my Atlas Rising manuscript has been printed. Of course, they give themselves till 8 p.m., so this could be a long wait. But in the meantime, I'm working on a screenplay. It's actually the Alexis Tappendorf adaptation that I talked about in my previous video. I am trying to fix that up since I only wrote it in 3 days, so it needs some fixing. That is what I'm working on today while I'm waiting for Atlas Rising. Okay, so I better get started. I am sitting outside of Staples because I got the text that Atlas Rising is waiting for me. Ah! All right, so here I go. I am going to pick this beast up. There it is. This thing is huge. And I just realized that I didn't put the page numbers on the bottom. So I'm back from Staples. I have my giant beast. I have Atlas Rising in my hands, which is really cool. I think it's half a ream of paper. And like I said, I did not do page numbering. But hey, it's gonna make a really nice time lapse for this video, right? Look at the bright side. Alright, I have to do the page numbers. There's just no way. There's no way. I will go nuts if I don't have page numbers. So, the first task of getting my stupidly expensive... I should have just printed this out. I don't even know why I got it. I wanted to get it because of the binding. It's so cool, the binding. But, yeah. Alright, here I go. Have about 100 pages left to read. I'm gonna try and get through them today, which means it's gonna be a really long day. This has taken me a super long time. I thought this was gonna be my once over, no problem, and just have to lay it out in InDesign and publish, but no. There's actually some, not holes, but definitely things like, I can't believe you didn't say that, or, you know, she didn't actually know that. Me as the author knows it, but no one ever told the character that. So at some point, you gotta have somebody tell her that. I know that makes no sense, but you know what I'm saying. It's just like, sometimes us as the authors just assume that the characters know everything that we know. I don't know if you guys do that, but I do that sometimes, and then I'm like, wait. Did she ever, how did she even know that? Like, is she just psychic? Did she just randomly come up with these facts in her head? So little things like that. But not crazy, not bad, just more than I thought. Anyway, wish me luck. I don't know about you guys, but when my brain needs to think things through, I have to do something besides writing or even reading. Because when I'm reading, I'm focusing on the story that I'm reading. Obviously, if I'm having a hiccup in the writing process, not even a hiccup, it's more that I'm finished with my manuscript, I'm currently making all the changes, and so my mind is now planning and thinking about Camp NaNoWriMo and working on my fantasy novels, or novel, still haven't decided yet. And it's going. Like, the juices are flowing, but they're not quite there yet to actually sit down and write. And so what I like to do is I like to sew. It's something I don't have to think about. I mean, aside from, like right now I'm making a couple pairs of overalls, and I've never made overalls before, and I thought overalls were gonna be super easy, because I was like, overalls, they're like 20 bucks on Amazon, so they can't be too hard to make. Well, they look hard to make on the pattern, but I'll let you know when I'm finished if they actually were. They might be super easy and I'm freaking out about it for no reason. But I am just starting that, so it's a good way to let my mind percolate and really get into what I'm gonna write next. My character just got to the volcano mines, and I really wanted that location to be intense because they're mining lava, which is insane. And I have a whole thing, like there's this, it's a fantasy world, so there's like they found this particular stone that they can make mining gear so they don't get burned, but since they're slaves, they kind of don't keep up with the gear so much, so people do get burned, people do die. It's a brutal place, and right now the way I have it, it doesn't feel brutal. It just feels like, oh, I'm going to the mines, you know, because I was just not in that frame of mind. So I'm trying to get into that frame of mind. I want this place to feel brutal. While that brutality needs to twirl around in my head, I'm going to sew some Wonder Woman overalls. It's kind of far away, but I wanted you to see the whole outfit. So I made some Wonder Woman overalls. Wonder Woman top with the little stretch 3/4 sleeve shirt underneath, and in the back I have the Wonder Woman on top again, and then just the Wonder Woman pockets. So yay! Now back to editing. Almost done. Today my friend Marnie is coming over and we are going to work. I think we're gonna go to a little cafe. After I do this read, then I'm gonna do another read where I read it out loud. I'm not gonna be able to do the audiobook because, as you can tell, I don't know if you can hear that, it's freaking noisy here all the time, and no matter how much dampening I do to try and do my audiobooks, it's just unfortunately too noisy. So I'm gonna have to wait to do my audiobooks when we're out on the road in the peace and quiet. In the meantime, I really want to get this book out. So Marnie should be here any minute, and we're gonna go off to the cafe. I've been working on this all day. I'm still working. I have 365 pages. I'm on 385. So I have still about 80 pages to go. It's just taking a long time, which is understandable, and I shouldn't really complain. It's just the longest book I've ever written, so it's the longest book I've ever edited. I just want to release it. Normally I spend about 6 months to a year on a book from beginning to published state. 2 years is definitely the longest. Like, I haven't published a book in 2 years. That's not normal for me. I usually, from 2010 till about 2 years ago, I published about 2 or 3 books a year. It's gonna feel good to publish this. It's actually kind of got a fire under my butt to publish more. So I'm thinking more and more that I want to do the fantasy novel as 3 separate novels. It's 4 girls, but 2 of them are twins, so their story really happens at the same time. So I think they'll have their own book. So it'll really only be 3 books, like a trilogy. I'm thinking that's where it's headed. See, I'm already thinking of my next project. I need to finish editing this. I finished going through that giant manuscript. So now I have to go through the documents and make all the changes. But I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of them, but I don't think they're gonna take that much time. So I may be able to do this in a day. I'm definitely going to try. We are on our way to see Captain Marvel! Yay! At the Chinese. So, the only place to see a movie. At least that's the only place we ever see movies. But I am 2/3 of the way through editing my manuscript, and so I just need a much needed break. We are going to have fun at Captain Marvel, and my amazing friend Sarah Cave worked on it, so we can't wait to see her name in the credits. And ooh, excited. Hey, we're in the Chinese and we came to the first showing of the day. So there's like, and we're like here super early, so there's no one in the theater. Kind of hoping that mostly this is a private screening. We got our favorite seats though, so. Oh my God. Hey, we're back from Captain Marvel. And oh my God, it was so good. So freaking good. So inspiring. Man, I feel like I did after I saw Wonder Woman. It's just so nice to see the superhero being a freaking girl. It's really, really inspiring. I mean, Doctor Who this year being a woman, and then now Captain Marvel. And it was interesting because Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel, I hate to compare the two, but let's face it, there's not a lot of movies with women as the lead superheroes. And those are the two right now. I felt inspired in a different way. With Wonder Woman, it was like the Amazons coming down that beach, Robin Wright being the general, and just like, ooh, like these intense, like they are beasts, they are warriors. Doesn't matter if they're male or female, they're going to kick your ass. And that was inspiring. But Captain Marvel was inspiring in a different way. It was the, you know, showing her past and her always trying to do things that the boys were allowed to do and she wasn't. To like fall to the ground, and every time, but every single time she got up. Every time her dad would tell her, you know, girls don't do that, or you know, only boys do that. Why are you doing this? She got up and did it anyway, and that was like, I was crying all over the place. Yes, I guess I cry at superhero movies, but anyway, if you want to be inspired, go watch the movie. It's freaking awesome, and I can't wait for the next Avengers movie. I'm going to take a break for the rest of the day, and tomorrow I'm going to finish this manuscript and putting in all the edits. That is my goal. I'm getting to the finish line. I have this much left.
Great.
I'm recording myself.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
No.
Oh, I love you.
You're in there though.
That's great.
My husband is playing video games. He has his headphones on though, so I can finish my manuscript. I am 2/3 done. I have about 1/3 left to go. I'm gonna try and put in all these changes today if I can, because it feels like this is taking forever. It always feels like it's taking forever. So I'm gonna get to it. I finished. I finished. I finished. I finished. I finished. I can't, this is insane to me, because I thought I was finished before, but I wasn't. But now I really do, this is it. All I have to do now is lay it out in InDesign and order the proof. Of course, then I have to read that and do all, you know, in case I pick up anything else, but that's it. That's the last round, is getting the proof and going through the proof one more time, and then it will be published. So thank you so much for joining, and I will be sure to keep you guys posted on this journey, because I still have to do the photo shoot for the cover. That should be in the next couple weeks. And all right, I'm gonna lay it out in InDesign and have the proof sent to me. All right, bye.